dropped to the bench for this one from match day one, both coming on.
Chutinov, the 17-year-old midfielder. Halonsky, 18-year-old defender. Will that have the desired effect for Shakhtar? Captain of Shakhtar gets it back from Halonsky. I expect him to make plenty of excellent runs down that left side. Halonsky. Chutinov will be industrious in midfield. Last season Shakhtar could only finish third in their group behind Porto and Barcelona. So they exited the competition. Atalanta not involved at all. Nicely done by Halonsky. Played back to the other sub, Chutinov. Sukhanov. Chutinov. No space. No space at all. They've closed it all down, Atalanta.
Harkov. Halonsky.
Well, they're back to the constant left to right in the hope of trying to open them up. They've just swatted it away. Atalanta. Sukhanov. Smetana. Harkov.
Very good challenge from Luka Gobot. They've given it away again. One back by Stefanoni, and they can spring the break. Stefanoni getting the ball forward. Is he onside there? No. Oh, that's disappointing on camera. Needed to stay onside there. Must have known the ball was coming up to him. Just a drop in the concentration levels can cause that. Better do it when you're 3-0 up than when it's still goalless. Just came off the toe of Tavanti, which frustrated Lomohart. It's been that kind of day for Shakhtar's number 9. Worked tirelessly for the team. Stefanoni with a big burst of acceleration. And the ball pitching in front of the goalkeeper from Riccio.
Unfortunately for Atalanta, no one following in on that. But right now, Atalanta don't have to force the issue. They're 3-0 up, looking very comfortable. 2/3 of the contest gone. Atalanta 3-0 up and cruising.
7 goals scored in the opening 2 games. At the end of this match day, they're going to be right up there, maybe top of the table,
Depending on what happens elsewhere, of course.
Aha making the run into the centre here. Service never came again. Sukhanov.
Stefanoni. Fjogbek on a hat-trick.
Just looks like he's thoroughly enjoying himself. Must be concerned that he might be subbed at some point, because Atalanta haven't made any changes yet. There are 3 forwards on the bench for Atalanta who will be itching to get on.
Baldo, Artesani, Micheletto. Fjogbek just couldn't quite smuggle it through to Goji.
Smetana. Or Harkov. Kostyuk. Certainly not the tallest centre-back, but he's unbelievably composed for a 16-year-old. Getting a bit of joy down that right side now. Lomaha! Good stop from Zanki. Well, look at number 9 making his way into the box. There he is. Lomaha's little volley. And Eduardo Zanki with a save to make. The best save he's had to make so far.
Second corner for the home side, headed away by Chavison Idele. Still looking for just a little bit of a foothold in the game here. Shakhtar. Sukhanov. Harkov. Wide by Kostyuk. Beautifully played onto the chest of Halonsky. Fairly good covering. Harkov. Kostyuk. Bashmarin. Grozda. Harkov. Chichinov. Chichinov again, trying a very difficult ball, and instead it's Fjogbek. A little bit short. Goji wasn't able to help him out. And could they be in here, Shakhtar? Good defending again. Excellent run from Trifonenko. It's another corner. This is their best spell of the game, Shakhtar. Can they get something from it? Denis Smetana with the corner this time. It's their third of the game, despite what it says there. And Harkov has headed over the captain. Free header. I think when he sees that again, he'll be very, very disappointed he didn't hit the target. Zanki's clearance didn't go very far. And a foul by Adeli. Just barging into Sukhanov. Sukhanov's flick. Lomaha. Forrester on the far side. Deflection. Made it easier for Bononomi to get it away. Lomaha keeping it going. Good link-up play down that right side again. And another corner, won by Smetana. Just ticking towards the midway point of the half. They've built up a good head of steam here, Shakhtar. Smetana's corner, total miscue. Sukhanov, Halonsky. Oh, that's a good ball in. Smetana to try and keep it alive on the far side. Out by Adeli for another corner. Keeper comes and gets a punch. And the keeper is fouled. The eventual shot was deflected wide anyway. Now, is this a foul on Zanki? He's come a long way. Well, I've got to say, I'm not sure there's a foul in there. He's come to punch, gone to ground, and the whistle's gone. It's a sore one nonetheless, just below the right armpit. Right, off goes Smetana. On comes Alexander Kostovitsia. 18-year-old midfielder, so a like-for-like swap with Smetana. Looks like Zanki's going to be okay. Yeah, I don't really see a foul in there, to be honest. But I do see an injury to Luka Gobo. Looks like a thigh injury. He's going to have to come off. Good news is he's managed to jog right the way around the pitch. Is he going to come off, I wonder? Or is he going to soldier on? They haven't made any changes yet. I think they're going to. At the moment, he's waiting to be called back on. 20 minutes to go. Still 3-0 to Atalanta. Sukhanov. Gobby back on. Lomaha. Throw to Shakhtar. have to say they've kept going very impressively. Atalanta have defended quite superbly. 10 attempts to 6 in Atalanta's favour. 7 attempts on target to 2 in Atalanta's favour. I think those statistics are certainly a very fair reflection of what we've seen, and hence the scoreline is as well.
Kosturica wide for his captain Ohakov. Oh, they nicked it. Good work from Ideli. Camera. Well, I think he's just been a little bit sloppy on occasions. He got his goal, but there have been a few times where the brake's been on and it's just been a bit casual from Camera. Here he is again. That's a better ball. Fiogbe. Well, he's got the free kick. He was pulled back. I think he needed to release it earlier anyway, but he'll certainly take the free kick. A draining afternoon for the home side. Now we're going to see Samuele Getzi and Nicola Baldo coming on. That is game over for Camera. Another double change coming for the home side as well. Dennis Petruk, the 17-year-old forward. One of those looking to join the action. Baldo, 17-year-old forward. Really good finisher. It's Shamsin Ideli, who also went off there. So Getzi coming on down the right-hand side. The double change for Shakhtar will just have to wait.
Until now. So Lomaha to be replaced by Petruk up front, and Drozda, the right back, will be replaced by Mikhail Reshetnikov. 5 changes made by the Shakhtar coach Alexei Bielik. He's just so euphoric after the match day 1 victory. He'll have very different emotions here. Oh, he's got a great ball in there, in towards Baldo, who's just come on. Bashmarin, great defending, concedes the corner. Could have been so much worse. Bonanomi with the corner. Cleared as far as Stefanoni. Fiogbe. Heads for the byline, and he did well to whip in any sort of service there. Kostyuk makes the block. It's another Atalanta corner. I just wonder if they've ridden out that Shakhtar storm, because they've started to look rather dangerous themselves again. Quarter of an hour left. Bonanomi just told to wait while the referee sorts out some all too familiar grappling in the middle. Andrea Bononomi with the in-swinging corner. Keeper comes. Again, the ref whistle goes with the ball in the air. Is there a foul here? Nothing obvious, but the referee saw what he saw, and I have to say he's got very little wrong so far. Very impressive performance from the San Marino official. Seems to have the full respect of the players, which is so important. Michele Beltrano. Sukhanov. Down the line by Bashmarin. Just a lovely cushion ball from Baldo there. Yogbe chasing. It's a vain chase. Bashmarin puts it out for a throw to Atalanta. Atalanta, their next few games in the competition: Celtic at home, Stuttgart away, the Young Boys away, Real Madrid at home on the 10th of December. That's how they finish off. Fascinating if they need a positive result from that one. The way things are going, they'll be qualified no problem at all by then. Nicely done by Chitinov there. Happy to get the corner. Smetana's gone off. Here comes the latest corner. Oh, it must be surely. No, headed down by Bashmarin. Looked like they wanted a penalty there, Shakhtar. Nothing doing. On the near post was Petruk. Back here with Tripanenko. And it's out for a throw to Atalanta. Well, it certainly looked a decent shout for a penalty there. But again, the referee's positioning was spot on. Well, yeah. Chitinov may have just got a little arm from Gobo, but not enough to bring him down like that. Gobo took a risk by pulling the shirt, that's for sure. Riccio, the captain, will be replaced here. Menkaraglia is coming on in midfield instead. Filippo Menkaraglia, to be precise. Had a good game, Riccio. Atalanta easing towards a very comfortable victory, barring an extraordinary final 10 minutes here in Gelsenkirchen. Wide it goes by Tripanenko to Sukhanov. Well, the press was a little too aggressive there. Luka Gobo giving away the free kick. Do Shakhtar have it within themselves to score 3 times in 10 minutes? I'm not sure. I'll start with one. Sukhanov over the ball. Terrific player. Shaknikov with the ball forward. Tripanenko. Kostritska. It's loose. Oh, amazing. Amazing block to deny Denis Petruk. That looked a certain goal. Just a corner at the end of it. You see how badly they want to keep this clean sheet, Atalanta. They celebrated that block like a goal. But a huge chance for Shakhtar. Halonsky. Chichinov. Oh, it nearly fell for Halonsky because of the enormous bounce. I think there was some big spin on that ball. He gave it the lob wedge treatment there. Latest corner for the home team. They're up to 8 now. That's a challenge on Gobo, which will certainly result in a free kick. Chichinov hoping to escape further punishment. Oh yes, that could easily be a booking. I think I did see the referee going for his pocket there. Yeah, yellow card. No complaints really for Vladislav Chichinov. Second card of the game. No way through for Baldo. Sukhanov. It's certainly been a compelling contest despite the one-sided scoreline. So much to admire about both sides. Ultimately, Atalanta heading for what is going to be a convincing victory in the end. Sukhanov's ball forward. They've cleared it again. Bononomi's taken the armband since the departure of Riccio. They're certainly not actively looking for more goals now. Still hopeful of chances on the break, but they're certainly very happy just to try and keep Shakhtar at bay, and they've done that very impressively so far. It's another corner. Baldo. Oh, the ball's on. It was on, but he couldn't find Stefanoni. They do have that vulnerability now, Shakhtar, because they're pouring forward. We are into the final 5 minutes here in Gelsenkirchen. The first team stadium not too far away from this outstanding facility. Well, he's been on a hat-trick since the 49th minute, Fiogbe. Even though he hasn't been able to grab himself the treble, I don't think there's much doubt he's player of the match. Two goals and an assist. And just an outstanding all-round performance. Here he is again. Just has that X factor, which all good teams need. They certainly have never thrown in the towel here, Shakhtar. They've had a really good attitude. Ultimately, they've just been beaten by the better team. But the work rate has been absolutely top class. And they've had their moments. I said at the start it looked like being a close game, and it's all about taking the chances when they come along. Atalanta have been clinical, and sadly Shakhtar have not. Oh, that's a disappointing ball in from Kostritsia. Zanki closing in on the clean sheet. Didn't manage to keep one in the last game. Atalanta, different goalkeeper then. They had Torriani in goal. Conceded 1 to Arsenal. Zanki has certainly looked excellent today. Oh, that's a giveaway. And they're looking to pull forward again, Atalanta. Bonanomi won the 50-50, but Shakhtar can bring it away. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Thoroughly enjoyable contest. It'll be a 10th corner for Shakhtar. Get the first contact again through Bashmarin. That's as far as it goes. Here's Bonsignori Goggi. And again. Stefanoni. Another one who's looked very impressive. Making the run here, Baldo. Decision's gone against him. A few choice words exchanged with Yegor Kostyuk. Yellow card is coming out here. But he did well there. Young Kostyuk. Referee saying in no uncertain terms, let's put a stop to that. Now, Andrea Micheletto is coming on, 16-year-old forward, and Federico Simonetto as well. So, end of the match for the player of the match, Candace Fiogbe. First goal, a spin and outside of the boot, fabulous finish. And the second one, fabulous header. Virtuoso display from 19-year-old Candace Fiogbe. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Simonetto straight into the action there at fullback. Monsignori Goggi was withdrawn there. Lorenzo Monsignori Goggi, to give him his full name. Chichinov breaks kindly for Baldo, not for long. Halonsky to Chichinov. Bashmarin with the ball forward. Reshetnikov with the ball in. Still they push for a consolation here. Shakhtar, that's all it would be now. Kostyuk. That's a wild effort. Bit of frustration in that strike from Alexander Kostritsia. Well, the sprinkling of Shakhtar fans certainly have made themselves heard. The drama certainly has. But it's all to no avail. They'll have to regroup now, Shakhtar, ahead of the next game at Arsenal. It's on the 23rd, so 3 weeks' time. There's an international break looming, of course. Well intercepted by Stefanoni. Tug back there on Samuel gets it. Final minute of stoppage time here in Gelsenkirchen. That's a free kick. Micheletto trying to win it back again. Coming in from that side, it's inevitable you're going to take man as well as ball. Absolutely classic forwards challenge. Chichinov fouled. Yellow card for Baldo. Certainly made his presence felt since coming on, hasn't he? Nicola Baldo. And this will probably be the final chance of the match. Kostritsia to take. And that is full time. A comprehensive victory for Atalanta, who make it 2 wins from 2 in the UEFA Youth League. Shakhtar swatted aside, really. They scored inside 10 minutes through Henri Camara, the French forward, set up by Candace Fiogbe. Fiogbe himself helped himself to 2 goals in 4 minutes to take the game away from Shakhtar. A smart finish and a terrific header. And Shakhtar, although they were competitive throughout, rarely looked like beating Eduardo Zanchi. Made a couple of saves, but nothing that he wouldn't expect to make. And in the end, Atalanta thoroughly deserved the victory. Full time, Shakhtar 0, Atalanta 3. Atletico Madrid, with both teams having made winning starts to the competition. Benfica won 2-1 in Belgrade against Red Star and now face their first home game in the new league format against an Atletico side who, along with Celtic, produced the biggest win on match day one with a 4-0 victory against RB Leipzig. Coming into today, three teams had won their opening two matches. Both these teams hoping to join those at the top of the table on 6 points. Remember, the top 22 teams make it through to the knockout phase of the competition, and they are joined by the 10 sides who make it through the Champions route. Well, Spain and Portugal are the two most successful countries in this competition, with Barcelona and Real Madrid lifting UEFA's Blue Ribbon Trophy 3 times, while Benfica and Porto have been Europe's under-19 champions 1 time each. Benfica, though, have contested 4 finals, with only Chelsea able to match that record. Benfica go with the same 11 that started the win in Belgrade. Goalkeeper Vojtinovic is the only non-Portuguese player in the squad, hailing from Lithuania. Martin Ferreira anchors the midfield, while left winger Chalrego captains the side. Gustavo Varela struck 2 goals against Red Star on match day 1. Mohamed Al Emara of Finland is the man in charge of this one. Bit of rain in the air, but the temperature pretty warm. It's around about 23, 24 degrees centigrade in the Portuguese capital. Here's the Atletico side. They go with the
Hello, welcome to another module in this massive open online course on estimation for wireless communications. Correct? So far we have looked at a simple model of a wireless sensor network. We have formulated the likelihood function, and based on the likelihood function we have derived the maximum likelihood estimate of the unknown parameters. So far what we have done is we have considered a simple wireless sensor network, an example of a scenario rather of a wireless sensor network. We have looked at n observations in this wireless sensor network. The observations are y1 equals h plus v1, y2 equals h plus v2, yn equals h plus vn, where these y1, y2, yn, these are our observations, right? H is the unknown, H is the unknown parameter, and these v1, v2, vn, these are IID independent. So v1, v2, vn, these are IID, that is independent, identically distributed Gaussian noise samples with mean 0 and variance sigma square. These are IID Gaussian noise samples. Alright, so these are IID Gaussian noise samples with mean 0 and variance equal to sigma square. These are IID Gaussian noise samples with mean 0 and variance sigma square. And for this scenario we had derived the likelihood function. Yeah, we had derived the likelihood function for this scenario, and we had shown that the maximum likelihood estimate is given by the sample mean. The ML estimate, the maximum likelihood estimate or the ML estimate, that is H hat, the maximum likelihood estimate of the unknown parameter is basically 1 over n summation k equal to 1 to n y of k, that is, this is the also known as the sample mean, or simply basically your average of observations y1. This is the sample mean, that is H hat, which is the maximum likelihood estimate. What is this? This is the ML estimate of your unknown, the ML estimate of the unknown parameter h, which is given by this average, that is 1 over n summation k equals 1 to n y of k, that is the average of the observations y1, y2, yn, or also basically the sample mean, that is the sample is y1, y2, yn, this is the mean or the average of the sample, therefore this is also known as the sample mean. This is the maximum likelihood estimate for the simple scenario, simple wireless sensor network scenario with n observations that we have considered so far, of sensing an unknown parameter h, which we said can either be a parameter such as the temperature, pressure, the humidity, etc. Yeah. So now let us examine the behavior or the properties of this maximum likelihood estimate. So in starting this module, let us explore the properties let us explore the properties of the maximum likelihood estimate. Now remember, we have h hat equals 1 over n summation k equals 1 to nyk, and recall that each hk, each yk observation yk is random in nature. In fact, each yk is random Gaussian. If you remember the very first module, we had said that these y's, y1, y2, yn, are noisy observations with mean given by the unknown parameter h and variance given by the variance sigma square of the noise vk. Therefore, each yk, that is, it's important to stress this aspect, each yk is random in nature, in fact random Gaussian, which means h hat, which is the sample mean or average of these yk, is also random in nature. H hat, in fact h hat equals the average of these different observations yk. Your h hat is the average of these different observations yk. The yk is the observations, the noisy observations are themselves random in nature, therefore h hat is random, that is the estimate is random in nature. That is the first thing that we have to realize, that is this estimate, the estimate h hat is random, that is it is not a deterministic quantity, it is random in nature. Now since h hat is random in nature, it is not necessary that it is equal to the true parameter h. Therefore, h hat is a random quantity. Therefore, it's not always equal to the true parameter h. Therefore, h hat is not necessarily equal to, in fact, it is not necessarily equal to h. Therefore, the estimate, this is the estimate h hat is, the estimate h is the true parameter, the underlying true parameter which is unknown. Right. So, we have the estimate h hat which is derived from the observations, and then we have the true parameter, that is the original parameter h, which is unknown and which we are trying to measure. And what we are saying is h hat is random. Therefore, it is not necessary that h hat is actually equal to h. And so therefore, we want to find how good is this estimate h hat, what is the behavior of this estimate h hat, I mean what kind of properties does this estimate h hat exhibit, and how close it is to the true parameter h. Since it is not exactly equal to h, can we at least hope in some sense that it is close to the true parameter h. So h hat is random. Therefore, what we want to do is we want to explore what is the behavior of h, or what is the behavior of h hat, and in some sense we want to explore, we want to address this important question: how close is h hat in what sense, how close is the estimate h hat to the true how close is this estimate h hat to the true parameter h. Now in that sense, let us start by computing the mean and variance of this estimate. So to address this question, to address what is the behavior of this estimate h hat, and also how close is this estimate h hat to the true value of the underlying parameter h, let us start by computing the mean and the variance of this random quantity of this estimate h hat, which is random in nature. For that, once again recall that h hat is the sample mean, h hat equals 1 over n summation k equals 1 to k. This is the sample mean. Observe that this is a linear combination of Gaussian random variables y1, y2 up to yn. Remember, we started in the very first module itself, we said that each yk is Gaussian in nature, because the noise Vk is Gaussian in nature. You are shifting that by the constant mean, that is h. Therefore, each yk is also Gaussian in nature. And further, what we have is this estimate h hat, which is the sample mean. H hat is the sample mean. Therefore, h hat is a linear combination of these observations y1, y2 up to yk. Now, since h hat is a linear combination of these Gaussian random variables y1, y2, yk,
h hat itself is Gaussian in nature, because the linear combination of Gaussian random variables is Gaussian itself. Since h hat is a linear combination of Gaussian random variables, h hat itself is Gaussian in nature. So this h hat is Gaussian in nature, since it is a linear combination of Gaussian random variables. So the first thing that we have established is that the maximum likelihood estimate h hat itself is a Gaussian random. It's a random variable, and in fact it is a Gaussian random variable since it is a linear combination of Gaussian random variables. Okay, so h hat is Gaussian in nature. So h hat is Gaussian in nature. Now what is the mean of h hat? Now what is the mean or the expected value of h hat? Now recall for this, each yk is h plus vk, yeah, and further we have, remember we assumed the noise to be 0 means, that is we have expected vk, for each vk we have expected vk is 0. This is because the noise is 0 mean. Alright, so we are going to use this property. Remember, in each observation vk, in each noisy observation vk, in each noisy observation yk, the noise vk has mean 0. Now let us look at h hat. H hat is in fact 1 over n summation k equal to 1 to n yk. Now substituting this expression for yk, remember each yk is h plus vk, so this is summation k equal to 1 to n h plus vk, which is equal to, now divided by n, I have summation h plus vk, which is n times h plus summation k equals 1 to n vk, which can now be simplified as h plus summation 1 over n k equals 1 to n vk. This is my h hat. So I have simplified this expression for h hat. H hat equals, that is the estimate. Remember, this is h hat, which is, let us not forget what these are. This is estimate h hat. This is the true parameter h, and these vk's, these are the noise, the observation noise, such that each expected vk equal to 0. Therefore, now if we look at the average value of the estimate h hat, or the expected value of the estimate h hat, I have expected value of h hat is given as the expected value of the expression above, which is the expected value of h plus 1 over n summation k equal to 1 to n vk, which is equal to expected value of h plus expected value of 1 over n summation k equal to 1 to n vk. Now look at this, this is a constant, so expected value of h is basically h. So this is equal to your h plus 1 over n summation k equals 1 to n, expected value of each Vk. Now remember, we said the noise is 0 mean, so expected value of each Vk equals 0. Therefore, net what we have is that basically your expected value of h hat, that is the average value of the estimate, the expected value of h hat equals h, and this is a very important property. That is, even though, what we are saying is that even though your estimate h hat is random in nature, that is, h hat is not necessarily always equal to h. However, it exhibits a very important property, and the property that it exhibits is that on an average, that is, if you look at expected value of h hat, that is, the average of h hat is basically equal to the true parameter h, and this is a very important property of the estimate. That is, it says that the mean of the estimate is equal to the true parameter h. Such an estimator is known, or such an estimate is known as an unbiased estimate. This is an important property. This says that basically the average value of the estimate, what does this signify? This signifies that average value of estimate equals true value of the parameter h. Therefore, such an estimator is known as an unbiased, that is, it has no bias, that is, there is no preference, it is an unbiased estimate or an unbiased it is known as, such an estimator is basically known as an unbiased estimator. That is, it yields an unbiased estimate, which means even though it is random in nature, the average value of the estimate is basically equal to the true underlying parameter h, and therefore the ML estimate that we have derived is unbiased in nature. Let us also write that down, let us also note that down. Therefore, the ML estimate, or in other words our sample mean, that is the sample mean is unbiased in nature, yeah, which means that what do we have? We have expected value